Shalom, shalom, akam. First and foremost, I would like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah, Kwedash. I would also like to give a double honors to the elders and apostles of the Great Millstone, where I learned this 144% truth. I would also like to say peace and salutations to the hopeful elect, starting with the 144,000 men of Israel, which consists of the servants, the prophets, whom have been ordained since the foundations of this earth to sing this new song, which comes in the form of this gospel, which would be preached throughout all four corners of this earth and rest upon the ears of the immobile multitude, men, women, and children of Israel, who may be scattered throughout all four corners of this earth. A shalom, beloved Akiam and Akwath. It's just Bayan back again through the spirit and power and mercy of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. And I just wanted to tap into a very brief live stream talking to this article I came across yesterday evening regarding Jeff Bezos and this vain vision he has regarding these data centers they plan on putting up in space in efforts to accelerate their mission to be able to colonize beyond the earth, which we know this is a far-fetched, a delusional thought, all right, by Esau, Edom, the self-proclaimed white man. Because ultimately, when you go back in time, when you go into his blessing, all right, his blessing, he was not granted access. As a matter of fact, let's go there. Let's go to the humble beginnings. When we go to the book of Genesis, chapter 27, and I'm going to start at verse 38. All right, now this is post Jacob being blessed by Isaac, right? Now Esau comes through, right? Now it reads Genesis 27 and 38, and it reads, and Esau said unto his father, hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept, right? And mind you, Esau did all this. He put this show on right here before his father Isaac with the realization that he sold his birthright to Jacob, man, for some uncooked pottage, man. You see? Some uncooked food, uncooked soup with raw meat all up in it. All right? Because he was starving because he failed. He had a failed mission when he was out there in the field hunting. Now, mind you, he knew that he had sold his birthright. But look how we dressed it up. Look how we played the victim. All right, he does this to this day. Right, he plays the victim. But here it is, he's the whole villain. But anyways, right, and by thy word, I'm sorry, I skipped a line. And Isaac his father, Genesis 27 and 39, and Isaac his father answered and said unto him, behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth, okay, and of the dew of heaven from above. What does this mean? His dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth. All right, he's not going to be able to go beyond the earth. Okay, he's going to be bounded. All right, he's going to be subjugated to have the dwelling only on the earth. Okay, and the dew of heaven is talking to him being able to have control over the airspace, as we've witnessed. All right, and him to be able as far as put up what is it? The space station, right, and various satellites, you know, around Earth's inner orbit. You see, but no further. He's not gonna be able to go beyond the Van Allen belt. He's not gonna be able to make it to the moon. All right, and use the moon as a source of energy to be able to go beyond to various other planets in the solar system. No. But believe it or not, this is what they're talking about. This is what they're planning on, man. All right, in Esau's mind, in the next in the next couple of decades, they're going to be able to actually be able to colonize the moon and ultimately utilize the moon as a as an epicenter, for lack of better words, to be able to go beyond and make their way to Mars and Jupiter and what have you, and various other planets around the solar system. You see, this is what this nigga's really thinking he's gonna be able to do. Now, if this dude's not a psychopath, I don't know what to say. But needless to say, his blessing doesn't allow him to take it there. You see, his blessing doesn't allow him in comparison to Jacob's blessing, which also includes the birthright that Esau sold to Jacob for some uncooked food. Okay, now real quick, when you jump back down to when Jacob was blessed by Isaac, listen to the different in context. Now I'm gonna read this one more time regarding Esau. All right, that says this: Genesis 27:39. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, Behold, thy dwelling, all right, shall be the fatness of the earth, and of the dew of heaven from above. Again, he's going to be bounded by being on the earth, and he's going to have control ultimately over the airspace, which is the reality now. Elder Apostle Dahar brought it out, right? You have to know how to speak this bastard tongue, English, man, in efforts to be a pilot. Why? Because Esau's ruling, the self-proclaimed white man. He's in his blessing since the Renaissance period, man. All right? And this is why he has control over the airspace. You see, this is why he has a 6th branch of military called the Space Force. Come on, man. Look. Now watch this. But again, he's bounded, though. He's not going to be able to go beyond. He can't go beyond the Van Allen. He can't get through that radiation belt, man. You see? So this vision he has, I'm going to share this article with you, beloved Aki Amenagwab, and I got a video, too, going into Jeff Bezos speaking this madness. And you got everybody clapping after he speaks this madness. Listen, not to mention, you ain't even got that much time left. You ain't got a couple of decades to erect, all right, a space state, data centers in space, nigga. You crazy? You're on your final second, man. Right? Look, let me jump up though, real quick. Look at what Isaac said to Jacob. The difference in context of the blessing. All right, bear with me. All right, jumping down to verse 28, and it reads, right? And this is Isaac speaking to Jacob. And it reads, verse 28, Genesis 27 and 28. Therefore, God give thee of the dew of heaven, okay? In the fatness of the earth, and plenty of corn and wine. Okay, it said, and therefore God give thee. Okay, because ultimately, when Jacob was blessed, and it included the birthright as well. Okay, which the birthright opens you up to the everlasting rulership, immortality, sovereignty, man. You see? And the ability to be able to leave this earth, this earth and this solar system or what have you, man. As Yahweh Shai said, within his father's house, there are many mansions, man. Okay, which is talking to various different planets, man. You see? It's access denied for you, Esau, when it comes to that, man. This is why you've never been to the moon. This is why you had to lie, okay, back in 1969, all right? And you were setting up shop in Hollywood, right, in Studio 666, right? It made it seem like you went to the moon, Mr. Armstrong, but here it is. The truth came out regarding your madness, man. Everything fell apart for you, man, regarding that lie. Okay, because that's exactly what it is, a lie. And this dude, Jeff Bezos, put his own foot in his mouth when he starts talking regarding going to the moon. All right, what he says in so many words when he starts opening his mouth, in so many words, they never been to the moon yet. How he's gonna dress? I'm gonna play the clip. We're gonna read a little bit into the article, and I'm gonna play that clip. You could clearly see they haven't been there, but needless to say, right? Listen to the content. Isaac said this to Jacob, Genesis 27:28. Therefore, God give thee of the dew of heaven and the fatness of the earth, because we're gonna be like gods, man. You see, as we were told, as the scriptures say, right? And plenty of corn and wine. We're gonna have control of the resources, man. We're gonna have full dominion, full control, man. 144% control, right? And that's the point I wanted to highlight between the two talking points with Isaac blessing Esau, Jacob and Esau. All he told Esau was, um, Esau, and we can't forget about that sword. But all he told Esau was, "Behold, thy dwelling." He said, "Thy dwelling." That's very specific, man. You gotta pick up on the wording. You see, the dwell. That's gonna be where he's gonna be inhabiting. He's not gonna go beyond that. Okay, so when you go into this article, you can see, hey, the map, and this is why Esau is this is why he's hell bent on being able to leave the earth. You know, it's a desire he has. It's just like it's one of his biggest desires, man, to be able to leave the planet, but it's not possible. Why? Because his blessing doesn't allow him to. He's bound. You see? Look real quick. Let's go. Now, real quick. This is from Zero Hedge. All right, it's dated October 6, 2025. Right, and it reads, Bezos, right, Jeff Bezos, sees data centers in space, predicts AI bubble to pay off like .com. So what he's saying is, you know, how the internet, boomed, which ultimately it ended up working against them, as we can see clearly today. But needless to say, how the internet was the boom, when it flourished, you know what I mean, obviously. What he's saying is, he's predicting that the AI bubble is going to pay off like the internet era. You know what he's saying? You see? And listen to the words that they're using. It predicts. That word predict pretty much goes back to prophecy. It goes back to a vision. Look, let's read a little bit. And a jaw-dropping vision of the future, Amazon founder and executive chair Jeff Bezos predicted Friday that gigawatt-scale data centers will be built in space within the next 10 to 20 years, powered by endless solar energy, and that they'll eventually outperform their earthbound counterparts, man. All right, this is their fantasy. This is what they want to get done, and they're standing on it too. All right, but again, as I've titled the lesson, Esau's vain vision, man. Okay, that's what I titled it, right? Khan, Esau's vain vision. Okay, because that's exactly what this is at best. It's a vain vision. It's an empty vision. It's not going to happen, as we've just showed you through the Spirit via his blessing. His blessing, Esau's blessing, has him bound. You see? And shalom to you, beloved Aki Amenakwath on the comment board. Hey, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Baraka Thumb to you, beloved Aki Amenakwath that are tuning in and that are going to tune in later. Shalom. Okay, so yeah, right now what we're doing is we're tapping into the mind of a madman. Hold on, bear with me. Salakia. All right? And what would he do if he made it his way beyond the earth? He's going to do what he did everywhere else. Right? He's going to put his name on everything, man. You know? Kill off whatever life is there and claim that he was there first. You know? Call you an immigrant in the land. You were there first, but you're the immigrant though. You know? You're the immigrant. But you were on the side of this earth first. You know what I'm talking to, Akim and Aqua. You know how they do in the Northern Kingdom, man. You know? This nigga just manifested like Melchizedek and started killing everybody and claiming land and claiming territory. And now he been here. And everybody else is an imposter, man. This dude is a hypocrite, man. This dude has so much to pay for, it's beyond words can explain, man. And this stance right here he's making, is them thinking that they're never gonna be stopped. And the scriptures tell us that. Let me get a quick precept real quick. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 49 and verse 11, and it reads, their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever, man. Esau's pride has put him in a position where he thinks he's never going to be stopped. Esau thinks he's here to stay. All right, as far as him having a scepter in his hand, man, and him getting the last say-so. You see, and him having the complete power on the world stage. He truly thinks this is never going to end. And now he's taking a stance, as we can see, regarding his position, all right, being that he's lost control of the narrative. So now he's bringing out the sword. Look, at their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever, and their dwelling places to all generations, man. Right, and they're trying to take this up and beyond, to the outer space, man. Look, they call their land after their own names, man, and clearly, okay, clearly, you see America, right, America Vespucci, right, Africa, what was that, Scipio Africanus, all right, and so on and so forth, man. This is what they've done, and then these various streets, you go on various streets, the street you live on is probably named after an Edomite, man. You know, because this is what he do. You know, he wants to put his name on everything. And that's his goal with this charagma. Revelations 13 and 16. His goal is to put his name on you, Jake. Okay? His goal is to put his name on you, man. To claim you as his property, man. Because this dude's a control freak. But needless to say, when you go back to the article, let me get a little bit more, then I'm going to get the clip. Right? Speaking at Italian Tech Week in Turin, Bezos said orbital computing will be the next great leap forward, likening the rise of artificial intelligence to the early internet boom, full of hype, bubbles, and inevitable winners. You see the mindset? Okay? You have to understand, this AI technology, to Esau, it's likened unto a god, man. Okay, the society he plans on bringing forth, which is going to be a technocracy, okay, full of transhumanism, all right, and AI governance, all right, this is going to be the God in his world to come, all right. This is what he's trying to bring forth, all right, in the form of this fourth industrial revolution. This is what he's gunning for. You see, look at these giant trading clusters. Those will be better built in space because we have solar power there 24/7. There are no clouds and no rain, no weather. And that was, quote, right, Bezos said in a public conversation with Ferrari and Stellantis chairman John Elkann. And we're going to tap into that video real quick. It's a really short video. Right. We will be able to beat the cost of terrestrial data centers in space in the next couple of decades, man. So there's no probability behind what they plan on doing. They're standing on it. You know? They're standing on this vain vision. All right, not realizing that a power beyond their comprehension, right, in the form of who they ignorantly call God and Jesus Christ, which Yahweh is the true name of the Heavenly Father. Right, Bahashem means in the name of Yahweh Shai, the true name you people call Jesus. All right, the true name being Yahweh Shai. You see, it's coming to visit you, my boy. You crazy? What do you think you're seeing with that big ass telescope you got? You're seeing your end coming your way. You see? But Esau's proud. It tells us in Obadiah, the pride of his heart has deceived him. He's so proud that he's deceived himself. He's not worried. He doesn't think he'll be stopped. You know? And I mean, shit. Throughout the course of his reign of terror, I mean, all the atrocities he's done, no, he's yet to have to answer for any of them. So you can see why his stance is so. You can see why these people's stance is so proud. They haven't gotten judged for what they've done on the planet Earth. All right, since they've been moving around evil, man, with all this evil. So this is why their mindset is like this. You see? But that's beautiful because Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, he put you in that trick bag. He's doing you just like how he did Pharaoh, right? Romans 9, he raised him up, got him pumped up, got him proud, got him to the point where he's looking at himself in the mirror. He's just like, yeah, he's like, I'm him. I'm him. This is what he got Esau doing. The Lord got Esau in the mirror talking about he's him. To the point where they'll publicly say that they can make God as mad as they want. Like, this is clearly the mindset that they're in. And this is through generations of winning. You know, but as it tells us in scripture, right? In Job, the triumphing of the wicked is short. You see? You're about to get visited in a way that you never thought it would happen. It's going to be such a surprise for you because you're so proud. You don't think it's going to happen, but it's going to happen. Let me play this video real quick. Let me see here. And this is fair use, fair use. I'm not making any monetary gain off of this video. This is for educational purposes only, fair use.
Well, okay, so to take you back in time, in the year 2000, when the internet bubble burst, Amazon's stock in a very short period of time went from $100 to $6 a share. And by the way, it's split many times since then. I don't know, 20 for 1 or maybe even more. I don't have the number. But so these prices have nothing to do with today's stock prices. But to go from 113 to 6 in a short period of time was very concerning, and shareholders were upset, employees were nervous. We had all of our employee base, their parents were all calling our employees and saying, "Are you okay?" You know, this was the environment of great nervousness. But I looked at the numbers in the business, and every month, as the stock price went from 113 to 6, a number of customers went up every month. Our gross profits went up every month. Our operating expense, we were still in a loss position, but our losses as a percentage of sales went down every month. Every single business metric, new customers, customer repeat purchases, everything that we were monitoring through that entire period kept getting better. And so that's one observation about bubbles in general. The fundamentals can be disconnected, the fundamentals of the business. And of course, as entrepreneurs, you're focused on the fundamentals of the business. The stock price is an output, an ultimate output that you actually have very little control over. Benjamin Graham, the great investor, is famous for saying, in the short term, the stock market is a voting machine. In the long term, it's a weighing machine.
Stay with me.
And so as founders and entrepreneurs and business... Well, okay, so to take you back in time, in the year 2000, when the internet bubble burst, Amazon's stock...
Bear with me.
Bad ideas. And investors have a hard time in the middle of this...
I'm gonna bring this up a little bit.
AI is going to have. The biggest impact that AI is going to have is it is going to affect every company in the world.
Bear with me.
Bubble, as opposed to financial bubbles, and I'll tell you what I mean by that. If you go back, like the 90s had a biotech.
That's not the right video.
And there were
I knew I'm listening to this dude. I'm like, hold on. That's not the video I was listening to. It's this one right here. Miyakiyam and Aqua. It's this one right here.
Lunar lander that is...
Here we go. Because that video was 6 minutes. I'm like, wait, the video I saw yesterday was only 2 minutes.
And
it didn't open up like that. Hold on, bear with me. This is what we want. Forgive me, Akiyam and Aqua. Here we go.
Lunar lander that is going to land on the moon here in just a few years, and also very exciting. It's hydrogen powered. We developed being 20-degree Kelvin, very, very cold, 20 degrees.
And I mentioned something earlier. He said the lunar lander is going to land on the moon in a couple of years. It's hydrogen powered. Okay? So, okay, hold on for a second. Why is it going to take a couple of years from now for the lunar lander to land on the moon, it's hydrogen powered. What kind of technology were you using back in 1969? Didn't you already go to the moon? Foot in his mouth. That's what I was trying to say earlier. Look, let's continue. I'm going to let it run. I just want to make that point.
Lunar lander that is going to land on the moon here in just a few years, and also very exciting. It's hydrogen powered. We developed being 20 degree Kelvin, very, very cold, 20 degrees above absolute zero, 20 degree Kelvin electric powered, solar powered cryo coolers, so that we can keep liquid hydrogen liquid and have it be a storable propellant in space. This is very hard to do. We already have made amazing progress on it, because hydrogen is the highest performing fuel for rocketry, for space travel. But it has this problem that it has to be kept so cold that historically it hasn't been able to be used on deep space missions because it just boils away. So we're solving that problem, making hydrogen a storable fuel. We are doing R&D into how to build solar cells from lunar regolith on the surface of the moon. Because if you're going to go to the moon and stay on the moon, you need to be using the resources of the moon, to be harvesting the moon to make that cost effective.
So the moon will be a launch pad.
The moon is a gift from the universe. It's so close to Earth. It's only 3.5 days away. We can launch and get to the moon in time. Unfortunately, to get to other planetary bodies, they have very rare.
I'm going to have to stop this video right here. He said the moon is the gift from the universe. All right, showing you the atheists in these niggas, man. No. The moon is a gift from Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Dare we prove it? Beloved Aki Aminakwab, let's go get it real quick. I have to. Through the Spirit. I want to let that play, but let's get it. Because we're here to, prove all things through the Spirit. And just, reveal the wicked for who they are, man. And I stopped it at the 1 minute, 28 second mark. It's only a 2 minute and 53 second video, so it's only a little bit left. We're going to go back to it because he says a lot of more damnable heresies. But I'm not going to stop it again after this. I must be able to get this. All right. I got the beloved elder Hawaii. I must be allowed to get this precept. Right? But this is the same nigga that I'll tell you he's a Christian. Right? The book of I believe that's Sirach 40. There it goes. And y'all seen that moon last night? God damn. I'm gonna hit the comment board before I close out too. See what you brothers put up. Right? Look at Ecclesiasticus, also known as the book of Sirach, chapter 43 and verse 6. And it reads, matter of fact, I'm gonna start at verse 5, right? And it reads, great is the Lord that made it, and this is talking to the sun first, right? And at his commandment runneth hastily. Look at, he made the moon also to serve in her season, for a declaration of times and a sign of the world. All right, we've been having various different lunar eclipses, man. You see, which again is a token, and we super moons, man. You should have seen the moon last night, man. It was amazing. But that's a sign, that's a token that, hey, the Lord's making things happen. Prophecy speaking, the Lord's coming. Okay? The moon is a gift from Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. All right? And it's in complete order. Do you think Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is going to allow you to take your clean leper, wicked ass to the moon, to use it as a harvesting point for energy, to be able to go beyond the solar system? You are out of your rabbit ass mind, man. Because look at the status of the earth. Look what you Edomites have done to the planet Earth. Okay, starting with you global elite. Look what you've done. What good are you going to do anywhere else you go? Destruction and violence is at your side, man, wherever you go. You're not going to benefit anywhere else you go. You're going to destroy, wherever else you go, you're going to destroy that ecosystem. You know, you're going to destroy that infrastructure. Because that's what you're built to do. All right? Pursuing the Revelation 6 and 4. And guess what? It tells you that you would take peace from the earth. Okay? You ain't going to take peace from anywhere else, my guy. The Lord's not going to allow you to go beyond the earth. We read it in Genesis 27. Your dwelling is going to be the fatness of the earth. And the dew of heaven, it's going to give you your little Boeing 747s. You got your little choppers, your helicopters, your jet fighters, your stealth fighters. All right? And the Lord will let you go as far as put satellites up in the inner orbit, man. That's about it. That fulfills your blessing. All right? You're not going to be able to go beyond that. You're not going to another plane. You're not going to the moon. We're here to tell you. Okay? Because the scriptures tell us. The Lord's not going to allow you. All right, let's get one more. Ecclesiasticus, also known as the book of Sirach, chapter 40 through Salakia. The Esau's through, that's why. 40 through, forgive me. The book of Ecclesiasticus, also known as the book of Sirach, chapter 43 and verse 7. From the moon is the sign of feasts, right? And again, because we are right. We operate through what? The new moon. That's how we're supposed to do it. Right? And to water Yahweh Bashim Shah for our leadership, right? That truly understands that. All right, showing you, that's just one token that showing you that they're the pastors that the Lord sent. Right? One of many reasons, but again, because it's cohesive with the scriptures. That's how we operate it, man. All of our feast days are oriented around the new moon. You see? Come on, man. From the moon is the sign of feast, a light that decreaseth in her perfection, man. All right, and again, the Lord made the moon. This is not a gift from the universe, you fucking atheist, man. Let's go back to this video of this scumbag. And then we're going to move on with our lives. We're going to get up out of here. I'm not going to hold you below.
Mars, you can go to Mars once every 26 months or so. And so the moon is really a gift, and it has a very low gravitational field, only a sixth of Earth's, which means it takes about 30 times less energy to lift a kilogram of mass off the moon than it does to lift it off the Earth. So we can use the moon as a rocket fuel depot to go to the rest of the solar system. One of the things that's going to happen in the next, it's hard to know exactly when, it's 10 plus years, but I bet it's not more than 20 years. We're going to start building these giant gigawatt data centers in space. So these giant training clusters, those will be better built in space because we have solar power there 24/7, and the solar power there are no clouds and no rain, no weather. So you can build. We will be able to beat the cost of terrestrial data centers in space in the next couple of decades. And so space will end up being one of the places that keeps making Earth better. It already has happened with weather satellites. It's already happened with communication satellites. The next step is going to be data centers and then other kinds of manufacturing.
And will we be able to travel on Earth faster?
Yeah, I think so.
Says who? He said within the next 10 years, and I bet no more than 20 years, we will be building these gigawatt data centers in space. These niggas are proud and delusional. Okay? Because as we always get, let's go ahead. Let's get a couple more precepts and we're gone. This one just came to mind now. One of my favorite precepts. Because it puts Esau in that trick bag he thinks he's not in. Right? We could quote it, but we're going to go get it. The book of Lamentations, chapter 3 and verse 37. Who is he that saith, and it cometh to pass, Salakia, when the Lord cometh it not. Okay? And as we just showed you through the spirit, when we opened up with the reality of the birthright of Esau, it's not possible. It's not possible. What he's saying is not possible. Regarding the reality of his bounds. Man, let's close up with that. Job. He's bound by his blessing. See? Being the son of perdition, guess what? His destiny is destruction. This is the reality. And they hate to hear it, but they know it's true. Okay? They know it's true. They can feel it in their spirit, all right, that their time is drawing nigh, man, and their visitation has come. They can feel it, okay? As we can feel the salvation coming, we feel that salvation's at the door. Esau feels that destruction and him being eliminated and stopped is at the door. You know? You can only do evil and wickedness for so long, man, before you get caught up. Everything, hey, before it comes back around and smack you in the face. Right? Job 14:5, and it reads, seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee. With who? Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. The Lord, it controls who rules and who doesn't. It tells us that in Daniel. Also, wisdom of Solomon. You know, he gives sovereignty, man. It's the Lord. The Lord, see, the Lord is the one that put the bound on you. You see, as much as you think you're going to continue forever, it ain't going to happen, bro. Look, the number of his months are with thee, right? So there's a year, a month, a week, a day, an hour, a minute, a second that evil E won't be able to leap over, man. Okay? He will not be able to leap over it. Right? Thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass. All right? And again, going back to the point of the lesson regarding this man's mad mind, thinking he's going to leave the earth and be able to colonize and pollute, all right, the rest of the solar system and beyond. It's not happening, bro. Okay? The Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, put a bound on you, man, that you cannot pass. We're reading it right now. And that bound that's put upon you is the blessing that you got, man. Your blessing bounds you, bro. Don't you see? No, you don't, because you're proud. You're blinded and you're deceived. But you're going to find out. All right, Israel got next, man. Yahweh Shai's on his way. And Israel's about to win. All right, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man, we're about to get the W, man. The nation of Israel, man, the true Israelites. All right, those that have been persecuted, man. Those that have been put in the position, all right, where the curse of the Lord is upon us due to our transgression, man. Now, there was going to come a time where the Lord was going to turn that captivity, as it's written all over the place, man. All right, and for you Jakes out there that think Jacob's trouble has already come to pass and, Jacob's trouble is gay, and understand this, Jacob's trouble is going to be the rite of passage, man. Because when you simply read Jeremiah 30, it tells you, right? That day is great, right? It's even the time of Jacob's trouble, but it says, but he should be saved out of it, right? Which is talking to the elect. You see, because ultimately what? With persecution comes salvation. It's the way it's going to play out. That's the way the Lord set it up. Because the Lord is going to show great miracles, man. Okay, this is the time we're coming into. How can a miracle be shown if there's no straight or position of difficulty or dangerous position, man, that the elect are in? No, man, the Lord's going to execute that divine power when necessary. You see? And this is what we understand. The Wadi Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai for giving us that clarity. All right, and that's the reality. And for you Jake out there that think Jacob's trouble is not going to come to happen, haven't we been through enough trouble? Then we go through the transatlantic surgery, wounding massacre, devil's. You don't understand what that entailed. That was all due to breaking the first covenant. Listen, man, Jacob's trouble is upon us, man. All right, and for you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, I think that's not the case. You're going to find out. The same madman you just seen in this video, all right, thinking that they're going to be able to use hydrogen-powered crafts and be able to just wiggle around the whole solar system and find themselves on Mars somewhere with a spacesuit. Hey, this is the same nigga, all right, that's about to descend upon you. He's already descended upon you, all right? But this is the same dude, all right, this nation of people, all right, that's gunning for you, Jake. All right, these violent, evil, spineless, remorseless people, man. Okay? This is why we tell you better repent. Because the time's drawing nigh. All right, I just wanted to say that through the spirit. But going back to the point, Esau, you're not going nowhere fast, man. All right? You're not going to be able to run from your judgment. You're not going to be able to hide, right, from the damnation that's bound for you, man. All right, the Lord, you are gonna fall into the hands of the king of terror. There's no way around it. All right, there's no way around it. You ain't going nowhere, man. So you can keep fighting, striving, scratching, and clawing, but at the end of the day, it's all in vain. All right, just like this vain vision, man. But with that, beloved Akiyam and Akwath, hey, Lord willing, you beloved Akiyam and Akwath were edified. The brother had put that up as well. Beautiful. And we'll close out with this. We'll get this from the brother Amar Kabal, right? And it reads, Shalom Makiyah Bashmi Ashai Brakatah. He put up Habakkuk 2 and 4, and it reads, behold, his soul, which is lifted up, is not upright in him, man. Right? This dude's a crook serpent, fork-tongued devil, deceiver, liar, slanderer, man, pervert. All right? But he walks around proud, $1 million words, 3-piece suit, right? Always right. CEOs of major organized companies and organized. Listen, this is the same dude. He ain't right. Esau, you're not right. But the Lord's about to show you that. Look, but the just shall live by his faith, and that's the elect, right? The elect is going to live by faith, which is faith is the substance of all things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen, man. All right? And Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai is going to confirm our faith and our belief when he comes through for us, man, in the time of need. This is the reality, man. And this is what we believe wholeheartedly, man. We're putting our whole life on the line, making that stance, man. You think the Lord's going to make us look crazy at the end of this thing? I don't think so. If you want my honest opinion, I don't think so, Akiyam and Akwa. I don't think we're going to be left out here looking crazy. You know, I think the Lord's going to perform and do exactly what he said he was going to do. You see? And understanding the will of the Lord, and there's going to be martyrs, understand there's a process that has to take place in efforts for the conclusion of the matter to come to pass, man. And that's Esau being stopped and Israel ruling forevermore, man. I'm going to leave you with that, with Yahweh Bashim Shai leading that charge. I'm going to leave you with that, beloved Akiyam and Akwath. I got to get up out of here. You know, I got to fly. And Lord willing, you were edified. Lord willing, you were spiritually fed. And Lord willing, you were informed. All right? All we did, through the Spirit, we tapped into the mind of a madman, man. And we know who that madman is, Evil E. Right? Evil E, man. You will be stopped. All praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah, Kwadash. A double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, where I learned this 144% truth. Lord willing, you Akiyam and Akwath were edified.